Hey everyone, I welcome you all to this new module. So in this video, I want to discuss about something known as arrays. Now, up till now in this course, you must have learned the basics of Python. Along with that, you must have learned about different data structures which are present in Python, right? The inbuilt data structure, where we learned about list, sets, tuple, dictionaries, as well as their real world use cases. Okay. Now, many of you might have heard about arrays because they are the basic data structure in languages such as C++ and Java. Now, Python is written on top of C++, and the list which you studied that has actually been extended on top of the properties which a basic array provide. So it is very important to understand what is an array so that we can see why we needed a list in Python. As well as going forward, we will be learning about many data structures. Those data structures, many of them, are in a way made so that we can cover up the shortcomings of array. Okay. So let us see that once everyone. An array is a collection of elements stored in contiguous memory location. So that's the main definition. Array is a collection of elements stored in a contiguous memory location. So contiguous means continuous here. And what does that effectively mean is this. So we have a memory space. In this, let's say this space start from 100. Okay, so each and everything you stored in memory or you declare in Python, that actually gets assigned a memory or and an address where it is stored. Okay. Now on this address, let's say each element, let's suppose you are storing integer in that. So let's say we support 4 here, or let's say 9 here. Then this particular element is going to take up say 4 bytes. So the next one is going to start at 104. When we talk about data structures and some complex programming, we have to think in terms of these addresses and memory. Okay, so going forward, we will be learning about each and every complexity involved in a very good way so that you have a proper idea that why do we need to understand that. Now, an array also, elements of array are of same data type. So unlike in list where you were adding different type, so you were able to add in list a integer, then you can add a float, then you can add a string. So just to help you revise, let me go once to the VS Code and let us try to understand that. For example, if I am defining an L1, which is a list here. Now in this list, I can append, let's say an integer, then I can append a float and I can append a string as well. If I print L1, it's not going to give me any error. It's going to just show me each and everything. So let me just print it. Yeah. 1, 1.5 and Python, right? They are of different type. Unlike this in an array, all the elements are of same data type. So they should be having the exact same data type. If you are trying to store integer, you can just store an integer. If float, then just the float. And of course, if string, then that can just be stored. Above all, array also allow for efficient access and manipulation of data. So just like we are able to use the indexing in a list, okay, so I can just easily write L1 of say 0. It's going to give me 1. So it's a quick access, right? Efficient access. And I can change it as well. So manipulation can also be done. The same thing we can do on array as well. Now, list in Python is actually extended on the basic C++ array. And the reason it is very important to understand arrays as well in Python is to make sure that you are aware that all the data structures, everything which you are going to study forward, why those has to be created, what were the shortcomings in my initial arrays which many languages support. Okay, so that's the basic idea behind arrays. Now let us talk about few disadvantage which we can see an array gives and which list was able to help us out. So the very first one is that array is of fixed size and their property. I would rather not take them as disadvantage. uh Array is actually of fixed size, so whenever you are creating an array, we have to specify the overall size which we want. So let's say if you are saying that, hey, I want an array of size 5, then you cannot store more than 5 elements in this array. Okay. And you also specify the type. So it is homogeneous in nature. Homogeneous in nature. What does that mean effectively? If it is storing integer, then it will just store integer. If it is storing a float, then just the float. If string, then just the string. Okay. So that is something which is the property of my arrays. Now, moving forward, let us see about list as well. So in Python, we use list instead of arrays as they provide more flexibility. Now you must have seen that we don't have any such overall shortcoming or any such negatives in list, right? So we use list in Python instead of arrays because they provide more flexibility. However, Python provides ability to use arrays via libraries such as NumPy and array. So NumPy is a very famous library for mathematical computation, which we normally learn in data analytics or data science. So it is not required here, honestly. And array is also a library. Now, one thing you have to understand is that yes, list is in the backend being written on top of arrays, the basic arrays of C++, but it is not a built-in data type in Python. So what do I mean by built-in data type or data structure? The one which Python provides by default. Now, if we want to use anything which is not provided by default, then we have to import that from somewhere. Okay, just like we are importing someone else's code. Okay, we can use someone else's code from any website. We can use a full data structure or full code which is defining something into our overall code as well. So this is something which is importing. So we import many libraries while we are coding so that we can make sure that we can expand and make our code more flexible. So just to showcase that to you everyone, let us go back once more to VS Code. Now if I write help here, it's going to open a help window. So let me just run this. Yeah. See, so this is a help window which is created. Let me just clear everything. 1 minute. Let us just run this again. Yeah. So here it is saying that, okay, we have not closed the help. So let me just now run it. Great, everyone. So now you will see that help has opened. Let me zoom out. In this, I can write a built-in. Okay. I think it built-ins. Yeah. So built-in is actually all the it's a module which provides direct access to all built-in identifiers of Python. Okay. So all the things which you have learned actually will be defined here. So if I just zoom out a little bit more, you will see that exceptions, like these are the few things which you are going to learn, but let us go where you have an idea. So you will see here, like, see, dictionary is there, complex is there, integer, bool, list, set, but arrays are not provided by Python by default. So for that, what we have to do, we have to make sure that we import array. So there is an import statement through which you can import an array and then use that. Now, this is again a library in Python through which you can create arrays, right? So let us just create them. Array equals array dot array. And now in this particular function, what can I provide? I can provide two things: the type which I want and what is the initial value to begin with. So for example, let's say I write this I and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If I just print this now, it's an array. So let me just remove this help. Great. Now you will be able to see print. When I print array, it is saying that, hey, it's an array of integer type and having the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a very similar sense, I can just do array of 0 equals 10 and I can print it again. So easy access and manipulation, right? So see, now it has been changed to 10, everyone, right? Now many of you might be thinking, what is this I here? So this is the data type. Just like you have learned about integer, float, string, complex. All these are the data types which are built in Python. Now, for array, you have to specify this data type in the form of C++ code. Okay. So again, you have to not remember anything. I will just paste the whole thing here so that you can refer to it. Just give me a second. So yeah, let us just paste the table through which you can get an idea that what are the default data types. Because these things have been made a lot easy for us in Python. But going forward, we have to make sure that we have an idea about these things as well. So if you will pay attention on your screen, everyone, these are the type code. So I use a I, which is a signed integer, and the size, minimum size in bytes is 2. Now, these are just the data type which are defined in C++. And because Python is in top of C, so Python is able to understand them. Now, you don't have to remember that, but you should have an idea that what exactly arrays are, because that is the basic thing on which my list is created. Now, going forward, we will be using arrays or lists synonymously. The reason for that is both in a way are helping me do the same thing. We will also be implementing the list, this inbuilt list which you are seeing moving forward directly from our code. So I have made sure that in this course, you have a proper holistic idea that how things are defined instead of just directly using them, because that idea is very important. We don't have to master the just Python. We have to master the overall concept. So tomorrow, if in any other language also you are coding, you feel very comfortable, right? Now let us just quickly compare list and arrays, everyone, and we will continue on this discussion going forward. Just remember one thing, that they will be now used interchangeably because the basic definition or the idea of both of them is same, that they are helping me to store continuous element. Okay. Now let us see what are the differences in them. So these are the array versus list. The very first thing is the data type. Now in array, as we have seen, it is homogeneous. So everything is of the same type. And we are defining the type when we are defining our arrays. In list, nothing like this is there. Okay. Now I will discuss how we can get to this as well. Okay. So we discussed two major property or shortcoming you can talk about array, which is the fixed size and that it is homogeneous. Just one type is allowed. We will see when we will implement our own list that how we are able to bypass that particular thing. Okay. And how lists are actually made using array in a similar way. But for the timing, you have to just treat them same. Now the next thing is flexibility. So it is of fixed size. Lists are dynamic. They can grow and shrink. Okay, depending on how many things you are storing in that. Performance, more memory efficient for larger data. So for large data, arrays give a very good performance, whereas list is normally slower. Okay, and when you are making very complex programs, very complex applications, this small speed can also have a role to play. Okay, great. Now usage in Python, we can use either through array or NumPy, or we create them built in. So that's the basic idea, everyone. That's all about arrays and lists. Going forward, you will face many questions in which we will be asking you that, hey, you have to sort an array or a list. You will just take it as a list and work on that. Just the property, you have to remember that if I'm asking you to sort, then it will have all the integers or let's say all just the strings. Okay, so this is the basic idea behind array and list. Now it will become more clear as we will discuss, do some questions moving forward so that we get the full holistic idea that how lists are built on top of arrays and why arrays are the basic data structure in every language like C++, Java, and in Python, how we are very fortunate and plus we can use list for each of our similar use case. Okay, so great everyone. Now let's meet in the next video.